March 2014, I moved from Curacao to the Netherlands, so I can start my own quartet and perform my own music. And now in 2016, it finally happened. Nomads came to me at a point where my in-laws were moving from the city to the countryside. And at the time, a couple of months earlier, I was in the same situation when I moved from Curacao to the Netherlands. And it was a big change, of course, for all of us, also for me at the time. And the point is that these big changes, there are people that go through these big changes on a daily basis, like the nomadic tribes. So that's why I think the name Nomads came to me.
The music it's great because it comes from a place that's it doesn't have the same influences that most modern jazz does, because it's coming from the source is more Caribbean rhythms. It's coming from one of the great things about playing with Pierre is he's a musician. He doesn't have formal jazz training, which is fantastic, because most people that have formal jazz training can't play jazz and can't play music because they're stuck in this certain mindset that is pre-prescribed, and he doesn't have that, and so none of his music has that. The music is one of there's some of the most original pieces I've ever played, because they come completely unscripted and with no outside influence. It's 100% Pierre, and that's a beautiful thing. You don't find cats that know how to write music in a way that represents them. At first, I hated him when he wrote the tunes because they're so hard. But once you sit there and you explain things to you and you start to figure it out, you realize just how deep and beautiful this is, and how great it is to play something so unique.
One thing I like in particular about Pierre's music, the way it's conceived, the compositions, it seems to be coming from a very organic, rhythmical sense. So conceived and then written down, and oh, it's a 13/8, bar 6 and a bar 7. But it's not fragmented in the way sometimes more complex rhythms are. So because it comes from something that he literally sings, and he's very strong in that sense, more strong than I am. So it's a challenge for me, and to try and also internalize those grooves and feel them literally as one long groove that you can kind of dance to, rather than trying to work out exactly where the beats are or where the offbeats are. So that makes the music, that's one of the organic elements, which comes from the rhythmical background of this man and where he comes from.
can play. I mean, there's no venue too large or too small, you know, as long as they're willing, minds, hearts, and ears, you know, and we play for those people, wherever they are. So invite us, worlds. Invite the Pierre Dunker Quartets. We're coming to see you soon.